have something to tell you.
What's that?
I think I'm in love. Okay, not like I think. I know I'm in love.
That's your what?
I'm in love.
How old are you?
Well, I'm 15.
15 and in love.
Yes, I'm serious. It's tall, it's dark, it's handsome. I feel like it's like my Prince Charming. I'm actually serious. Like it's on point. What?
Do you know what love is?
Do I know what love is? Well, love is like that tingling feeling you have when
It's when you gish gish.
yes, now you see one special person. Why do you that vibe? I say I'm wrong.
You don't know what love is actually, and I think it's better we call in people that can tell us what love is and can explain to us. And so with us today are two special people from the Sexual Purity Academy, and
How many of you know watch a battle?
I want it. Sandra.
We have one special. We have already let the cat out of the dog. We're about to. So what's to give people?
Anyhow, it's just Sandra.
You know that
Sandra.
really lovely, fine, pretty sister that she always quick to tears.
That's always crying.
Which is an amazing
Sister.
actress.
Yes.
Yes. So we have
one hype woman like that. Small but mighty.
yes. So
Hype mommy. So we have with us two
Yeah.
people, two special sisters. We have.
So please introduce yourself to us.
Thank you so much. We are pleased to be here. I'm Adiola Adetoye.
Okay.
I'm Oluwake Emiri.
Oh.
I will bring you greetings from our provost, Pastor Victor.
Olukojo.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. We are honored to have you here with us.
Yeah.
I'm honored to be here.
So my friend here, she thinks she's in love, and I'm telling her she doesn't know what love is. So please, what is love?
Okay, let me start by saying that love is an action word, and it comes from not just feelings. Many
Okay.
times we have the feelings of the butterflies in your tummy,
the
the
gish
tingling, gish feelings. And sometimes we feel that it's an introduction to love.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'm tending towards love actually. But then love is kind, love is patient, love is long suffering, and love is God. It is God that shows you how to love because He is love. And love is not lost. And love is an elaborate word that we get to understand when we are associated with the one who is loving. So, yeah.
Okay.
And like she said love is not lost. And there's this, it comes with this. Yes, sometimes the feelings accompany the love. Sometimes there's this. They come together, but there's a thin line between that feeling and lost. And sometimes when it is not properly coped, if it's not properly handled, it can graduate to lost. When you don't, she said love gives. Do you understand? But this one you want to take by force. Like I want to take what he has. Like I like him, so I just want it for myself. Let's take it. Or I just like her. I like her shape. Is this and that and I must get out. I must get through to her. It's just that's what lost.
Okay, wait. Apparently, she's having attractions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or let me say, my supposed friend is having attractions.
You know that thing that we call feelings. Crush is my crush.
But they're normal.
Exactly. So
Let's put the fact that they are
very
it doesn't
normal.
It's
yes.
normal.
How can we undo attractions as teenagers?
Yes. Okay. Once again, it is normal. As we grow, as we tend towards puberty, some hormones get stirred up, and you begin to feel. At this time, I think I should have a boyfriend. I feel I'm in love. I think I should have somebody to give me a gift.
Yes, so
for
somebody
my
to call
birthday.
Someone to call me.
Somebody I can lean on and say, oh,
brother for two.
a shoulder to lean on, a shoulder to speak to. It's a feeling that comes, but you shouldn't tend towards expressing it, because many times we cannot handle those feelings. That's why we, sometimes when teenagers say, what age can I have a boyfriend? What age can I say to my mom that mom I have a boyfriend? Because we explain to them that it's not about age, even though age will give you an exposure of what to do right and what not to do, but an understanding of how to curb it, an understanding of what love is.
Maturity.
When you don't understand a thing, then you can do anything with it, but when you understand it, you can differentiate and say this is just a feeling. It's just like an infatuation, like oh, this guy is smart, he's the most brilliant guy in my class, oh, this lady is the most beautiful girl, why won't you admire? Don't let's put it under the rug. You can admire someone who is smart. If you're smart, you're smart. If you're intelligent, you're intelligent.
If you're beautiful, you
You're
are
beautiful. Every of persons will admire you for
if
it,
you're
and it's fine. But it becomes a problem when you cannot sleep because somebody is fine.
Have you?
Actually, that's true.
There has to be a way to balance
To handle it.
Yes,
well-
and this story comes to mind, the story of Amnon and Tamar.
Okay.
So seeing Tamar, he has always liked her, he has always been attracted to her. And I think if we go through that passage, it also talks about the part that he became sick.
Yeah.
First. So at that point, you should have known that it
There's
was
a problem.
becoming lost.
Yeah.
It was actually becoming lost. And the emotions came, and they were natural emotions, actually. Like how we established it, that attractions are normal. It's not, you don't need deliverance, you don't need to be cast, you don't need the most be cast
Find
out
and
or
cast.
anything. So it is natural. But how you handle it will
Yes.
determine whether it's in love or in lust. Now in the case of Amnon, that could not sleep, was already feeling, then he raped her. That was definitely out of lust. As we've discussed, and as we know in 1 Corinthians 13 that talks about the characteristics of love, you can see that love protects. Love does not seek for evil. Like if he loved her and it was not lust,
It was genuine.
he would have chosen to ask for her in marriage. That is that's acting in love. So we can see that attractions are normal, but how you react to the attractions will determine whether it's in love and in lust. So would ask you, first of all, the attraction is normal.
Whether as a guy or as a girl.
Yes, it is actually normal. But it's up to you to determine how you handle it, whether in love or in lust. Okay?
I think we went to something before.
Yes, I was going to talk about handling. I think the first thing for me, of course, when I see something I like, I tell God I like him.
Tell
Yes,
God.
now, yes, you have to tell
You
God.
have
You know, He puts these feelings in us. He knows how best to handle it. He put these feelings, so He knows how best to handle. So when I see something I like, I'm like, God, you did a good job. Top. But I know, yes, now. But I know.
Giving kudos to God for
Yes,
it.
for yes.
Generation.
These are taking it personal.
Oh
Yes,
my God,
so-
God is your
yes,
great.
Sons of God, you did a good job, and I like him actually. But I know that this is not the time. So please, can you help me work on the feelings? And before you know, he handles it his way and he takes it away. It's not as if I hate the person or I just want to like have him for myself. It's just normal, like wow, I appreciate what God has done in his life. So it's best when you hand it over to God because He's the one that put his feelings in.
Yeah.
You
See
can
the-
tell
see the
God
fine
about
girl.
your crush.
The fine girl with the long hair, you're like, oh God,
Exactly.
I love long hair. You can pray for long hair for your wife actually. So yeah, so I know we're talking about this attraction, lust and love. Yeah, you're talking about this Amnon and everything going to lust, and then that will become something that you could not even control again. So I think so many times these things go into something we call addictions. So how do you think we can get over addictions? Because it's something that is now common everywhere.
And how to balance lust and addiction, or how lust will not become addiction.
Or I want attractions will never lead to
Become
lust,
lust, and
and
how
not
lust
to
will not lead
addictions.
to addictions. Yeah, exactly. What can you
Okay,
say?
let me say that we established the fact that emotions are there, but when it becomes a problem is when you have fed it with thoughts that can steer it up into lust.
Yes.
You know, emotions are pure. They are like, they are not negative, they are not positive. Whatever you do with
Neutral.
it will, they are neutral. Whatever you do with it will now make us know whether it's going to be negative or it's going to be positive. Now, whatever you feed your thoughts with, somebody passes and the person is like, oh wow, good creature of God. And you know, it can end there. But it can become, oh, okay, you now give it a thought, you start building on negative
replaying.
thoughts,
Yes.
thinking in your heart,
Yes.
what if this girl is mine? What if I have a time to
Just one
hold
night.
her, just one day with this lady, let's just face, you know. And sometimes the things we feed our eyes on, they corrupt our pure thoughts. You have watched a movie, you have read a romance novel that you know they've done all the explanation in your head. So your thoughts have been fed, overfed with evil thoughts. You know, so it makes it weird. At the end of the day, you might be tending towards lust, and that's because you have not been able to undo it well, and you have not eradicated or erased those thoughts. Then your sincerely pure thoughts become evil. Right in
So at
front
what
of you.
point do we learn? Like for those that are addicted,
There are different
how do
addictions
they let go of it? Some could be masturbation, some could be pornography,
Video
some
sex
could,
and oral sex.
yeah, some could
things
even
like
be
that.
the act of even actually having sex and all of that. So how does one work on it?
Okay, let me say that the way in sometimes might not be the way out, but most times they are.
Okay.
the joy in which you came in, you have to locate it so that you can get out. And God is interested in every aspect of our life. So if God is interested in your crush, then it can be he's interested in how to come out of any form of addiction that one has come in. And talking about in and out is how did you get yourself here?
Tracing
Analyze
trigger
it.
points or something.
Yes, analyze how you got here. Like, okay, was I reading a novel? I was reading a novel when all of this started, and I wanted to experiment what I read. You know, so
Like
that you can
chatting papers,
go away from that source.
Yes.
Tracing the source is going to make you know, okay, I think I have to put all of this out. Check your phone. Okay, it was when I went to a site, so I have to remove all of this out. Then now concentrate on how
So
to
they're
come
like
out.
trigger points. Those things
Yeah,
are like
like,
trigger points.
yes.
People you chat with.
The people you
People
move with,
watch,
the exact place you go
conversations
to.
you hear, yeah.
It could be maybe just when you are just alone in your room sometimes and you just pick up your phone, you just pick up a romance novel or just watch a movie or something. Just the trigger point.
Yes,
Okay.
and I would say for somebody who is stuck in it, first thing I want you to know that is God, like she said, God is interested in you,
Yes.
and He wants you to get out of it. So the first thing is that you surrender to Him. Now, if you've surrendered to Him and you're still struggling, I want you to know that He still wants to get you out of it. And you know, I see it as a lie of the devil that you can never get out. And I think the first thing, you know, like I said, I talk to God, I talk back at the devil.
Just with God.
I talk back at the devil. You know, those times when he brings evil thoughts, I'm like, oh, I know what you're doing
know your
right
plan.
there. You just missed me. You just missed me. And I see it out, like I'm having a discussion. And there are times where, you know, there's sometimes people fall and they just sit inside of it like, I'm just tired, I've tried and all. See, you know, at those points, you tell the devil, don't rejoice over me. Your faith is sealed. You cannot even enter that heaven, but my Father is ready to embrace me. Do you understand? Talk back at the devil. You know, the devil hates to be scorned. Keep scorning him.
And I think, like what you said, sincerity is quite important
Yes.
here. Like you just talk with God, you talk back at them. Some people are not just, you don't even know it's even a problem actually. Like you just feel that it's normal.
And I feel
Just
one way out of you being like getting stuck in a particular issue is you realizing that you're actually stuck.
Yeah.
Or like what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
But once you don't believe it's wrong, you still no big deal
Yes.
about it. And I know many people don't really like discussing issue of sexual immorality or addiction because I feel those people low-key also enjoy satisfying it and they don't want to come out of it. But if you truly want to come out of it, and as a child of God, I would say this over and over, the only sexual relationship God approves of is between husband and wife.
Yes.
Husband and
Not
wife.
man,
Yes.
not
No man and object.
Male and female.
Not even male and female. That's for like normal. That's
Because
fornication
now
or
some people
adultery.
are termed husband. A female, they will say this is a
the
husband
wife.
and it's a female.
Actually.
Female, male,
Exactly.
and they will call themselves husband and wife. That's not what the
That's
scripture
not what
says. Male and female that are now
Husband and wife. It's not even male.
and female that are now husband and wife.
Actually.
You know, because now we have a whole lot of husband and wife, and they are not male and female.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they will call themselves, this is I'm the husband and this is the wife, and you're like, hello, we are same sex
What's
now.
going on here?
And another thing I would like to say is, okay, I think that's something that we don't really hear. Sex in itself is not bad. I said it in the camera. Sex in itself is not bad, but the context in which it is had is what determines the morality or the immorality of it. And the only context that is given by God, because it was God that we let it jump.
I said it's just productive.
Yes, of course. What is he trying to say? Have sex, but the only context is a marriage between a man and a woman.
And not man, please, I have to say, it's not man and object. Not woman and her fingers and whatever people use.
Yes.
It is man and woman in marriage. Man and that's the only sexual relationship God approves.
You know, that now brings me to something, because we've seen that now most of these addictions and most of these things that we see around, the lust and everything, actually come from somewhere. And we can see that actually many of we teenagers are pressured into these things. Like there's this pressure from maybe a social media pressure. So how do we now handle peer pressure? Like now this peer pressure, I'm careful to just say it's just peer, maybe just from friends, you know, because some people don't even have friends and they go into these things. So maybe from social media and things like that. So
Well, I'll start with saying, okay, I remember when I was in secondary school, we are all this clique of we read novel girls. So somebody brings novel to the class, then we rotate it and all. And you know, from there, you know, something like this, they don't start immediately. They drop seats. They don't like it doesn't happen like that. You just feel like Well, I read novels and I don't even move an inch.
Nothing will happen.
And you
Just
say I'm trying to build on my
Yes, for me, instead of with curiosity, like I was just curious. Like I'm like, I should know everything. Well, be careful with your curiosity. You should not always know everything. You should not always know everything actually, because that's for me, like that's what was feeding it. It was not as if I needed somebody to tell me I love you or something. Me, I just wanted to know everything. Like I was always curious. Now, coming to pressure, well, I would say let God choose your friend for you. For me, I think the beginning and end of everything for me is God.
Yes, as a Christian.
Yes.
It should be.
So let God pick your friends. You know, we spoke about Amnon and Tamar. There was this particular guy that was Amnon's
liked
friend.
her,
That actually was one that said, "Hey, just tell her to come and do this and
that
do
did the cooking and all for.
Exactly, because you know there are some friends that set some people up to this.
Yeah.
So first of all, let God choose your friends and know what you want.
Yeah.
Know what you want in a friend.
And I know what I think you should have a stand. That's what I'm doing. Have a stand about what you want sexually.
Sexually,
Like a sexual purity
Yes.
stand.
Have a
What I
stand.
stand.
And finally, I'll just say that watch your spiritual diet.
Yeah.
Watch your
What you
diet.
take.
Your diet.
Whatever you're taking, whatever
But
you
even the
hear,
pressure is
whatever
not
you
just
see.
friends.
Yeah.
What you see, what you read.
And pressure.
All those high school musical. They're very amazing.
God help with
movies
teenagers.
that-
Yes.
God has to just help with teenagers.
Because the exposure is
too much.
Yes, we speak in the word of God. For somebody who's struggling with addiction, it's the word of God that purges the
It
inside
should be
of
like
you.
it should be like a replacement.
Yes,
So you are letting go of
replacement.
You're
something.
feeling a vacuum.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
the thing about friends. The kind of stand you have, be sure that your friends have the same stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, there's a way that iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
You can both, you know, even when you are in your down moment and you feel, how can't I just do what Tola is doing, what Deji is doing, and the like. And you know, your friend will remind you, don't forget we made this decision together. You can encourage yourself. You know, I remember those times I would call a friend of mine, and I could tell her, see, I'm not feeling so good. I feel that I have some issues I need to, you know, talk together
I
about it.
remember when I like
And
that
she-
brother now, remember?
And she will tell me, Jola, we can overcome this. God is
Yes.
able to, you know. And at her own down moment, so she will call me
Yes.
the same thing when she have issues or she feels that it's God not answering our prayers. Can't God, you know? I just
Right,
believe that
friends.
God can help
Wow,
us.
wow.
Thank you so
Wow,
much.
wow, wow. This part A was just on point. Like,
Yeah.
it was just on point.
So
And
because
you
of
know,
our time,
you're just talking like teenagers like us.
Yeah, we are teenagers, actually.
So just stay tuned for part B. You don't want to
so
miss
to
it.
be
Yeah.
Like
continued,
you don't want
you
to
don't want
miss
to
it.
miss it. There'll be
Thank
another
you.
part released 1 week from now. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
you
we
guys
love you. Stay tuned.
take
you, we
care.
love you, we love you, we love you.